Nicola. It's so nice to have you with us. So I just told people a little bit of your background with the laser and my background with the laser. I wonder if you would tell us how you got into working with cold lasers.
Well, in 2002, I had an unfortunate accident. I was rear-ended by a fast-moving automobile, and this gave me whiplash. I went to the chiropractor and they took x-rays and said I had a degenerative disc in my neck. I was like bunched up. I was trying to turn my neck and my whole body would follow, and I was in pain all the time. So I was trying to figure out solutions to get out of this situation. I went to many chiropractic treatments, acupuncture treatments, massage, and tried a few other things. After a year of doing all this therapy, I still wasn't much better off. So I found a therapist who was just getting into cold laser therapy. This was in 2002, the first year that cold lasers actually received FDA clearance for use on human beings. I received one treatment and I was amazed. I felt so different. And after 2 treatments, I was like, oh, I want another treatment. And after 3 treatments, I was like, I got to have one of these lasers. This is just makes, I could feel the healing at a cellular level. I knew that things were shifting and I had to have one. And so I went out and got one, and I just simply started treating myself on a daily basis. And through those treatments, I got better and better quite quickly. And that's really, after I started talking to people and explaining about cold lasers, and people were like, what's that? I've never heard of it before. And I realized that hardly anybody knew what a cold laser was, but I was so excited about it because I thought everybody should know what they are. And I was just praying for guidance and help. And I finally, when I had received that help, I figured I needed to dedicate my life to sharing this technology with people and educating and informing people about how they too could benefit from this amazing technology. And now it's 15 years later, and I'm still passionately involved with this message that I'm trying to share with the world, and this amazing equipment that is helping so many people. It's such an incredible blessing to be able to help so many people with this technology.
I totally agree. I've had similar experiences, and I really thank you for introducing me to it. It's such a beautiful technology. So,
Yeah.
Can you tell us more specifically about the particular laser that you're using now? I know we've both been through a number of different lasers over the years. And I know the one that we've got now is just really terrific. So tell people about it.
Well, the laser is called a scalar wave laser. This is actually what it looks like. And the scalar wave laser is really special because it does a lot of things that other lasers do and a lot of things that other lasers don't do. And it's my favorite laser because see that shape? See that big head and all those lights coming out of it? 5 different healing energy technologies are working synergistically together to help. You can slip it right into your clothes and just leave it there while you're sitting at your desk. You can take it to bed with you and tuck it under your pillow. By the way, it's 15 years later, my degenerative disc, no longer, I don't have a degenerative disc. I feel like this is healing me and giving me a new lease on life all the time. I'm constantly re-energizing and refreshing my cells. With this particular laser, it's unique because you can actually work on organs and glands and chakras and meridians and do really subtle energy work that you can't typically do with most lasers. And it combines multiple wavelengths. Most lasers are either red lasers or infrared lasers. This particular one has both of the laser wavelengths, and they both have different benefits, which I'll explain later. It also combines violet light technology, and violet light is really nice. It helps work with the emotional nature of the body, helps work with the neurons, the white matter of the brain, the DNA. It helps clear emotional baggage without having to do a bunch of processing. And it helps to lengthen the telomeres. So that's really significant as it helps to increase the production of the telomerase enzymes. So it's becoming the premier anti-aging technology. So many people are using it on their skin to rejuvenate and refresh their skin as it helps increase collagen and elastin and reduce fine lines and wrinkles. But lasers also activate a release, a flood of endorphins like dopamine and serotonin to create these feel-good hormones that relieve pain and just kind of give you a nice uplifting feeling. So people who are kind of down or depressed or in pain can really benefit tremendously from using the laser in so many different ways.
Right. Huh. So I wonder if you could tell people about the Unwind Protocol, because that's something that I is really unique to this particular laser, and it has so much to do with the trauma kinds of situations that people find themselves in.
So true, so true. As a matter of fact, the inventors of this laser were holistic healers, and they really, really wanted to have a product that works on levels that other lasers don't, but it also incorporates all the benefits of traditional laser therapy. And that's what they accomplished with this, which makes it really special in my book. The unwinding protocol addresses trauma and stress in a way that is really unique. The scalar wave laser is specifically designed to be the best laser ever made for helping to unwind the nervous system, any stress, tension, and contraction out of your system. What's the solution? It's the unwinding protocol with the scalar wave laser. This is something anybody can do for themselves, and practitioners can do it for others. We utilize the laser, the main cluster unit, over the adrenal glands for about 4 to 6 minutes on each adrenal gland. It's super safe, it's super easy to do, and you can literally feel how the adrenals start to unwind. And you see, most people's adrenal glands are in the front seat. They're really running the show, and they're overriding the other glands, and they're throwing out the equilibrium of the hormonal balance, and they're causing an excess production of not only adrenaline, but also cortisol, which causes excess inflammation and can wreak havoc in the system. So what the unwinding protocol helps to do is reset the adrenals and get them back in the back seat where they belong. And then we unwind the sacrum, the lower back, and then we unwind the back of the neck at the occipital ridge, which ties into the vagus nerve and helps control the autonomic nervous system. So it's great for the nervous system and great for opening up the energy in the spine, which is the information superhighway of our bodies. And then we take the laser, we place it on the sternum, the heart chakra in the center of the chest over the thymus gland, which is the anti-aging and immune boosting gland. So the laser helps to reset the adrenal glands, unwind the nervous system, support deep sleep, boost the immune system, and relieve pain, stress, and trauma.
So I'm going to interrupt you for a minute, a little testimonial here. I like to take a nap in the afternoon, and I go to sleep very easily. I do these little 5-10 minute power naps, but since I've been using the laser, I always start out by putting the laser on my left adrenal just for 3 minutes, and then a little buzzer goes off. You can set it for however long you want it to be on. So it'll go off in 3 minutes on the left, and then I do 3 minutes on the right, and then I take it down to the sacral and then up to the bottom of my neck. But most of the time, if I get to my right adrenal, I'm lucky, because it just puts me to sleep. It is so relaxing. And any time that I feel overstressed, when I've been overworking, just taking 10-15 minutes to do this little unwind protocol makes a huge difference to get me out of that supercharged sympathetic mode and into the parasympathetic.
Exactly. We're like onions. We have so many layers. And what I find the laser does is it helps peel back those layers one by one. Some people are a lot more contracted than others. But what contraction does is it shuts down the flow of energy and blood circulation through the body. And so by releasing and unwinding the different holding patterns and contraction, both physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, and clearing that out, restoring our body to neutrality. It actually uses not only lasers and light, but it also uses special frequencies measured in hertz to real gently unwind those different levels and layers of contraction. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Another thing that the laser does is it allows you to access a virtual pharmacopoeia in your brain, and literally in seconds. Our brains are capable of releasing so many different substances, not only our brains, but also our glands. Did you know that your kidneys conduct over 300 different metabolic processes, and your liver conducts over 500 different metabolic processes? We can literally support our bodies, our kidneys, our liver to conduct these metabolic processes, and our brain, by using light and frequency medicine technologies like we have with this laser.
So I just want to mention that using a laser is really very simple. That there are many ways you can use it. That the main tool that you've been showing us, that you just put, it has 2.5 inches area, and you just put that over any place where you have pain, any place where you have a problem. But you do choose between, how many settings do we have there?
11 different settings to choose from.
Yeah. And so you just leave it in any given place for like 3 minutes. But then there's a whole protocol of different points that you can use that are just basically acupuncture points. And I know you've written a whole book about that. Maybe we'll talk about that a little later. But that's about how to use the main unit. You just move it from one place to the other as you need it, and it takes 3 to 4 minutes per place that you put it on, right? But then
that's right. Yeah, it has a default setting of 4 minutes, so you just put it anywhere and turn it on, and it'll just turn and it'll beep after 4 minutes to let you know that you can move it to another place or you can change the setting. It's really easy. I provide a cheat sheet that gives you basically a complete overview of the 11 different preset frequency settings so that you can know how to use and benefit from it. Literally in an hour or two, you can be extremely proficient, and even a child can be up and running in a very short period of time. Basically, I tell people, if you can dial your friend on speed dial on your cell phone, you can use this laser.
yeah, it's so true. It's so true.
And it has the safest FDA clearance of any laser on the market. It's OTC, over the counter. That means anybody can buy it without a license or a prescription. And you don't even have to wear those glasses that most laser companies require you to wear when you use their lasers. So it's very convenient.
Right, right. So about the only contraindication is people with pacemakers. Is that?
Some lasers, yeah, they say if you have a pacemaker, just don't use it directly over the pacemaker. Other types of implants that are not electrical in nature, even plastic and metal, there's no problem using it over there. You know, I wanted to share with you, about 15 years ago, I met this old acupuncturist who'd been practicing for over 30 years, and he'd given up needles entirely. And I thought that was fascinating because I don't particularly like needles. But I like the effect of acupuncture, and I know it's been practiced for over 5,000 years. He told me something that stuck with me. He said, anything that you can do with needles in acupuncture, you can do with a laser, only faster, easier, and more effectively. You know, it takes 20 to 40 minutes with a needle. With the laser, it takes 30 to 90 seconds. So we have these amazing laser probes that you can use with the scalar wave laser. You just plug that probe in, and now the power and the frequency from this goes into here, and you can simply use it. Auricular therapy is amazing. There's like 75 to 100 major acupuncture points in your ear. And there's a point right here for releasing the dopamine and serotonin to balance the hormones and help you feel good and alleviate pain and overcome addictions and cravings. And there's points for depression. You can access your shoulder over here and the brain over here, the adrenals over here. It's fantastic. You get acupuncture points here and here and here. You can do the stress points over your eyes. As long as your eyes are closed, it's safe to use around the eyes. You can treat crow's feet, increasing the elastin and collagen. All around, there are different points that you can use. This is the large intestine 4 point right here on the hand between the thumb and finger. And here I am holding the thing. Here we go. So that's large intestine 4, or Hoku. That's the most popular acupuncture point in the human body. Over here, large intestine 11, and then gallbladder.
Is really good for constipation, among other things.
Constipation, headache, neck, and shoulder pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, I love the acupuncture points, and I've developed a book with the 22 most important acupuncture points is selected from over 300 acupuncturists. Makes it really easy to just look in alphabetical order. What symptom or condition do you want to treat, and what points correspond with it? And then little pictures show you exactly visually where the point is, as well as the description. It makes it really easy to be like your own acupuncturist.
Right.
And you can treat all different kinds of protocols with that. I've even written a second book that has an additional 250 picture-based protocols.
These are really great books because it's some of the best illustrations I've seen. It makes it so easy to find the points and look up the problems. And I don't know anybody else selling lasers that have such a beautiful guide to sell as well that really helps you to understand exactly how to use it. I really commend you for putting together. Show us those books.
Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah, this is the 250 protocols with the 22 acupoint healing system. It's also been expanded with the microsystems because I love working with lasers on the ears, the hands, and the feet. And so I have a whole bunch of charts in here that show you visually these are pictures of the feet. These are different pictures of the hands. Those are different where you access different protocols. Let me show you some of these ear charts. There's two fantastic ear charts in here that I just love because, yeah, there's one here, and this one's for the musculoskeletal. The other one was for the internal organs and the endocrine points. And I've also got the picture acupoint laser treatment 3.0. You can literally see the protocols, picture-based protocols visually, so you can see exactly where to place the laser or the probe. It just makes it really easy. Take that probe, put it right in there. This is a red laser probe. Red laser probes are fantastic for soft tissues. We've got red, infrared, and violet. I can give you a quick overview of them if you'd like.
Let's do that.
So, showing you the red, you can see how bright the red is. It just ran its 4 minutes. It stays on for 4 minutes and it turns off. You can also change the timer so that it turns off after 1 minute all the way up to 20 minutes. You get to choose. Okay, so here we are. Red lasers are fantastic for soft tissues. They're fantastic for, you can use them for treating wrinkles, and you can use them for treating anything to do with skin, wounds, burns, gums, things like that heal up in record time. There's antiviral, antibacterial, antiherpetic, antiedemic.
Yeah, I just want to give a couple examples of, seeing a guy who had a gash from a chainsaw, and I put the laser on with the probe over that wound, and literally, as we sat there, we could see it healing up. Person with a really severe rash from poison oak, and put that on, and right in front of our eyes, you could see the rash healing up from that. Now, I'm 73, and every now and then, I'll be looking at myself in the mirror and my eyelids will start sagging. And I get out my laser probe and I just do a little treatment, and it's like 45 seconds on each eye. And here, and then here, and here, and then I do there and there. And I swear I can see the difference. After 12 minutes, I look at myself in the mirror and, hey, I look a lot better.
Fantastic.
I'm very grateful for this little tool.
Premier anti-technology all the way, for sure. Yeah. And so the next probe is infrared. Infrared, we've got violet LEDs in the tip because the infrared is invisible to the human eye. So this makes it more safe because you can actually see, basically it initiates that blink reflex. The infrared is great for the musculoskeletal system. and great for the hard tissues, bones, tendons, ligaments, vertebrae, teeth, jaw, and acupuncture points and trigger points as well. Just amazing. This penetrates like 2 to 3 inches into the body, whereas red lasers only up to about ½ an inch. So red lasers are great for the small joints and the skin and soft tissues. Infrared, great for the hard tissues, the bones, tendons, and the deep, like the larger joints, like the knees and the vertebrae and the shoulders respond tremendously to this infrared, which is the silver one. And then we've got the violet.
I got to tell the story about the bones.
Okay.
So I went to this dentist in Mexico, and he was going to do an implant for me, but he said that the bone wasn't strong enough, so he's going to have to do a bone implant before he did the tooth implant. So I said, well, I had heard that lasers were really good for the bones, and I thought, yeah, just give me a few months and let me see what I can do with this. So I didn't really take it seriously. I didn't really believe it would help. So I only did it once a week. I just stick it up there for 3 minutes as well. Might as well try it. Then I go back 3 months later to this dentist, and he takes his x-ray, goes in the back room, takes his x-ray, comes out, and he's practically jumping up and down. He says, Joy, you've got to come and look at this. I can't believe it. You got to come and look at this. And he shows me the x-ray before and after, and significant bone replacement had happened, had grown back.
And how you say about 3 minutes each time you used it, once a week or 2 times or 3 times a week? How often did you use it?
It was like 3 minutes once a week. That's all I did. I mean, now taking it more seriously, I probably would have done it every other day or something, but I was really amazed.
That's fantastic. I'm so happy to hear that. Well,
I got to tell another story, another bone story, because this gal comes to me and she's got her little toe is sticking out. You know, she can't put on shoes. She hasn't been able to wear shoes for years because when she was much younger, she broke this little toe. And when it healed, it healed wrong. So the doctor broke it again, but then it healed wrong. And then he broke it again, and it healed wrong. Then she didn't want to go anywhere near doctors, of course. And so she'd been going around with this toe sticking out, unable to wear shoes for years. And we did one treatment, and that little toe relaxed. And we did another treatment, it relaxed some more. The third treatment, she was able to wear shoes. And that is not the only case. I've had a lot of cases with similar things. It's just
hammer toes and trigger fingers respond tremendously well.
Yeah.
One gal I had treated had a major operation on her thumb, and she couldn't move her thumb properly anymore. And after just 15 minutes with the infrared probe, she was amazed how much increased range of motion she had. For me, it was my degenerative disc. It was the infrared probe that made all the difference in the world. It was just, it was a lifesaver for my vertebrae. And then even the bulging disc in the lower back subsided. I just using it into the vertebrae and the erector muscles on the side to relax those erector muscles. And a lot of people, dentists, are using them for the teeth and jaw.
Yes.
TMJ, fantastic for TMJ.
It's interesting that in America, you don't hear about this device very much, and yet it's been over 30 years in Russia, Israel.
Cold lasers have been used now for 50 years throughout the world. 50 years.
Wow.
Okay. And they've all now since 2003, since 2002, 15 years they've had FDA clearance here in the United States. And for many 20, 30 years before that, they're really popular with animals.
Yeah.
They were fantastic for, they were like a highly coveted secret among racehorse community, because they would use the lasers to rehabilitate the horses both before and after, to enhance performance before and to increase recovery and speed up recovery afterwards. Right. And now the athletes are using them tremendously in almost every aspect of athletics and sports teams and Olympics. They're using cold laser therapy equipment. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I had an injury when I was a teenager. I shattered my hand and wrist, and the doctor said that you probably never be able to use your hand again, but we'll do this operation with drilling 4 pins and put a titanium brace. I said, yeah, go ahead. I don't care what it costs. I gotta be able to use my hand. It's my right hand. But it didn't heal up very well when they removed the pin in the back of my hand. He broke the metacarpal, and it got a staph infection, and it swelled up like a balloon. And it was a mess for a long time. It got worse over the years. I developed carpal tunnel syndrome and arthritis and poor grip strength. And some 25, 30 years after the injury, and I'd been getting into the lasers and using lasers, and I had done all this healing with my neck and my back and my shoulder, and I thought, gosh, I wonder if it would help with my hand. And I actually had even had a growth on the back of my hand that had grown there, and I didn't want to get it cut out. It dissolved the growth. In 1 week, the carpal tunnel syndrome was gone, and within months, the arthritis was nearly gone, and after 3 months, it was gone, full grip strength. And I was able to fulfill my childhood dream of building my own house. I got a bunch of tools and I went out and I spent 3 years building this fantastic house overlooking the ocean. And I could have never done that without the laser. It's literally gave me a new lease on life. I can't say enough good things about it. I wanted to tell you about the violet probes. Let me turn it on for you. This is a super bright 100 milliwatt violet laser, actually. Violet light and violet laser are different. Laser penetrates deeper and works more powerfully and effectively. Violet lasers carry more information, way more information than all the other wavelengths. And they work to help lengthen the telomeres, which are directly related to the aging process. They say as your telomeres shorten, you're aging faster. So anything that helps to lengthen telomeres is definitely, in my book, a good thing. But I also love the different quantum aspects of violet, like supporting the white matter of the brain, supporting the neurons, helping to clear emotions. And in addition to all of these things, you can also use it to treat your acupuncture points. So it's multi-purpose.
Yeah, you can use the lasers to treat all of the acupuncture points.
Yeah, and in addition to having a violet probe, we also have what's called the Lotus Laser. And so now we have a cluster of 36 diodes, 16 true violet lasers, and 20 violet LEDs, 11 frequency settings, and the ability to use this laser in so many different ways. I like using it for my chakras and my meridians, for helping me to sleep at night, and for clearing and unwinding. You can do the unwinding protocol with this just like with the other one. And it has the ability to also change your session length from 0 to 20 minutes, and it runs hertz frequencies from 0 to 20,000 hertz.
So Kalan, would you tell us, we're kind of running out of time, but I want to make sure that you tell us about the Quasi, because it's so important with the ELF.
Okay, so the Quasi is, I've got one right here. I love the Quasi. Looks like a little mini spaceship. It's got 4 violet LEDs. It has a frequency dial that allows you to change between 6 different preset frequencies, a fine-tuning dial. And what the Quasi does, it's an energy purification device for the entire home or office, covers about 3,000 square feet, and helps cancel out the electromagnetic frequency pollution from microwaves, cell phone towers, smart meters, electrical wiring, and appliances in the home. Everybody's got a cell phone or cordless phones. All of these things are putting out electromagnetic or EMF pollution, which squishes the biofield and causes holes in the biofield and impairs the health and well-being of so many people these days that I'm talking to have electromagnetic sensitivities, high-level sensitivities. They can't be around these things. They can't use cell phones. Some people are even having to move to the country and get away from all these things. Now, it does not interfere with your Wi-Fi signal. It doesn't interfere with your cell phone reception. So you can use it easily and safely in your home or office without fear of interfering with anything, but it creates what I call a safe zone. It creates an environment where you are not being bombarded because it's canceling out the harmful effects of those electromagnetic frequencies.
Right. Wow.
Really powerful stuff.
So much good things, you know,
Yeah.
to make our lives happier and healthier, cut down on stress.
Not only good for human beings, but also for animals. They're using them actually now, putting them in barns and horse stables. Horses absolutely love, and they're much more calm and peaceful.
Yeah.
Same as human beings. There's no placebo effect when it comes to animals. Animals love these lasers. They love the Quasi. The results are fantastic. Pet owners are so empowered to be able to help and support not only their family, their human family, but also their pet family. It's really wonderful.
Yeah, a laser for, she has several dogs, and one particular old dog is really in a lot of pain from arthritis, and she'd sit down in the evening and the dogs would come up to her and wait in line to get treated with the laser. They just loved it, and it helped them so much. It made such a big difference.
Yeah. Okay, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about blood cleansing with the scalar wave laser. I like to do this regularly because if you were to look at a person's blood in a dark field microscope, here's a couple of slides. On the left is before and on the right is after, with a couple of different people. Invariably, everybody's blood that I've seen, and I've looked at a bunch of people's blood in these microscopes, the blood is thick, clumped together, the cells are misshapen, and the blood cells are moving sluggishly across the screen. But after just 20 minutes of treating, each cell becomes round and full and plump and full of life force energy and moves at a good fair clip across the screen. This is the river of life. This fresh, oxygenated, energized blood is feeding every system of the body. So I find this to be really valuable. The laser helps to increase microcirculation, which is really fantastic when you want to get the blood to your extremities to help with all kinds of conditions where blood flow starts getting reduced. We don't need to necessarily name them, but increased microcirculation into the capillaries is vital for rejuvenating different systems. Also, talking about different systems, one of the things that lasers do that no other technology does is that they actually donate energy to the systems, to weak or sick or diseased systems. And here's a little bit of an explanation about how that happens. You see, there's something in every cell called a mitochondria. And when you shine the laser on a sick, diseased, or injured cell, what it does is it sends a flood of photons. That photonic energy is converted by the mitochondria into what's called ATP, which is an acronym for adenosine triphosphate, which is the primary fuel source of nearly every cell in the body. So an instant uplift of energy for those parts of the body that need rebuilding and regenerating. That is absolutely fantastic. Another thing that I absolutely love about these cold lasers is that they are a strong anti-inflammatory. They deactivate 7 of the 9 enzymes that cause inflammation by up to 70%, thereby creating a more favorable inner terrain for healing to take place. Inflammation, as in this Time magazine indicates, it's the secret killer, the surprising link between inflammation and heart attacks, cancer, Alzheimer's, and other diseases. Well, this is one of the best things I've found for reducing inflammation and creating a more favorable environment for healing to take place. The scalar wave laser is one of the only cold lasers. It is the only cold laser on the planet that combines multiple wavelengths with scalar waves. Scalar waves are fantastic because they help to clear cell memory. You know, they say every 7 years we replace every cell of our body. But if that were true, then you have to ask yourself, why are so many people walking around with the same diseases 10, 20 years later? Well, the researchers, they figured it out. It's cell memory. As the cells replicate and divide, they pass on that disease marker information to the next generation of cells. And this technology helps to clear out that old cell memory and create a much more better fighting chance for the body to heal and recuperate fully. So we get equally great success working not only on humans, but on pets, including horses, dogs, cats. And this is something that anybody can do by themselves for their animals. As I've spoke previously, we've got 3 different probes. You plug the probe into the main unit, and it becomes a powerful light acupuncture device.
At discoverlasers.com, we have 6 different cold laser therapy packages to choose from, depending upon your needs and budget. We also have the main unit scalar wave laser, the all-violet Lotus Laser, the Quasi EMF purification device, the pulsar probes in 3 different wavelengths, and also my books, Cold Laser Therapy and the 22 Acupoint Healing System, and the 283 picture-based protocols. We've got cold laser therapy information, education, and videos that you can all watch at the website discoverlasers.com, or you can call me for a free consultation at toll-free 800-575-7963. I look forward to talking to you soon. Have a great day.